The Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria retreated together at their national secretariat at Lagbuwa Plaza in Ikeja for a special edition of the association's general meeting to discuss emerging trends in the real estate industry, deliberate and analyze the challenges confronting the association's operations and growth while charting out viable plans for sustainable development and advancement of the real estate industry in Nigeria. The Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria (AEAN) is an affiliate of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, set up to correct the poor public perception and image of the estate agents and, in effect, the profession of estate surveying and valuation. Realtor Chief Adeolu Ogunbanjo, the chairman of the AEAN Association Lagos State Chapter, opened the day with a disclaimer concerning an alleged property scam video trending on social media involving one Dr. Kimberly Ellen Stark from the diaspora, who allegedly paid the sum of 700 billion naira for 6 plots of land to an unidentifiable estate agent in Lagos.
We're all aware of the trending story of Dr. Kimberly Stark, whose transaction got sour. She, bought, according to her, 6 plots of land at Lekki, at Aja, and for 700 billion. And she is now, trying to appeal to the president that she needed to, clear the situation because that land, the land deal got sour. But somehow, if she had contacted registered agents who are licensed with the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority, and these agents must be known to some associations, like Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria. Like I did say earlier, we're in collaboration with the National Association of Realtors. If she had actually contacted a registered agent with the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority, this wouldn't have happened to her. Again, she could also, come to us. We can, help her investigate this transaction that has gone bad. If she reports to us, the Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria, because we have a global presence through the National Association of Realtors. So we could actually help her to investigate this bad transaction that she has, that she's suffering from right now. Thank you.
Following the disclaimer, the meeting started proper with a formal introduction of members as the discussion of the agenda for the day was flagged off by the Lagos State Chairman, Chief Adeolu Ogunbanjo, bordering on forthcoming programs including the FIASP conference, membership renewal, funding and revenue.
This is the time to renew our annual membership. We have the national dues is 50,000, the state dues is 10,000, whilst those of us who are members of NAI should pay $120. So, national due 50,000, state due 10,000. So that makes 60,000. And then the non-international registration is $120 annually. Yes, I have paid all my dues for 2025. So I want to encourage everyone. I paid my national dues, I paid my state dues, I also paid the NAR $120. So please let me encourage everyone to pay up.
The discussion continued with the need for the state chapter to stand alone and have their designated place of meeting, proper partitioning of revenue between the national and state chapter, restructuring and rebranding.
Anyhow, last week we did it. We paid almost 80,000 naira. to renew now 196,000 naira. Is there anybody that will do that? So you understand? So it's not everybody that will do that. But what I'm just saying is that fine, it opens opportunity for those that are capable to be part of it. But at the state level, just like you have said, if they can just do something so that we too, what we are after is to retrain and to train members, and we need money to do this. Chief has always been, trying to let people pay. You notice that people will pay for national, they will not even pay for the state. So you understand? Just because they are somehow scared with this and that. So that's what I'm saying. So you understand? If you want to be anyhow, it's not that you must. It's not a compulsory thing, but it's an avenue. At least you have opportunity that you belong to AEN. Do you understand? If you look at the numbers now, I don't think we are 100. We are up to 100 in Nigeria that are members of that anyhow. Do you understand? So because he's money conscious, but let's work on the AEAN chapter. What we are saying is that please let the national, at least they can just call our ogas for the whole state and come together. Okay, what do we do? How do we review this field so that you too can do something meaningful? All these agents, like I said, they are quacks on the road. It's because they don't see any benefit becoming the what do they call it? The member of the state. If we are doing training and retraining, and we now go to Lagos State government and Lasora and make it mandatory, just like I've been saying here, make it mandatory that please, sir, going forward, let everyone belongs to this association. We will help you capture them, and we will make sure that no fraudulent act or activities is being carried out in the state. Yes, that is it.
I do pay my local fee. The issue you are having is that the local fee you are even paying, you are paying to the national body. Do you get my point? God bless you. So that's the reason why I said restructure your local chapter, have your secretary. Don't mind Ikem as your secretary. You understand? Divide it. Let you have your own secretary.
Be truly autonomous.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you be managing your things the way you want it. You understand? So the way I don't have money to buy
Okay,
this
it's
is
a challenge. It's a challenge. It's the state secretary. I'm not challenging.
A call for proper registration and licensing of practicing real estate agents across the country was made by estate surveyor and valuer Mrs. Adetong Otepola to rid the industry of unregistered, unrecognized, and unethical estate agents who are giving the industry a bad name, while emphasizing the need for the establishment of a written code of ethics for registered practitioners in the industry.
So what makes us different? How can we sanitize this profession? I think that's what we should be looking at.
Exactly.
So let's have courses, and even for you to be a member of this association, you want to renew your license. You must have a minimum professional development you have done throughout the year.
Exactly.
So that you don't just come and say, I'm just an agent, you just paid your 10,000 or 5,000 or 50,000. It's not even the money. Any serious organization, there has to be professional development. If in the Western world, for you to renew your license, you must have an exam every year. So why are we basing it on money? And 10,000 or the 5 or the 10? Who are the quality of people that we're even calling our own?
Realtor Ray Obaigo stressed the need to build a strong network of real estate agents to create a forum for growth and onboarding of qualified members to the association.
I think one of the benefits of the association should not just be about having an association, it's also about networking with people within the space, learning also with people from people who have experience within the space, within the country, and then of course global networking. In the sense that NAR and AEAN have a collaboration that we can take advantage of. We have countries like Ghana, Uganda that we can collaborate with to create portals or networking communities that if I want to sell something from Uganda, I can use this community to connect to that. That's what we offer, but we now need to make it very tangible and very practical that people who come in can see the roadmap to how I can go from selling a property in Lekki to selling something in Uganda or in Ghana.
The meeting was concluded by the state chairman, Realtor Chief Adeolu Ogubanjo, as motions were moved and seconded for the adjournment of the meeting. At the close of the event, top stakeholders in the Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria and FIASP expressed their thoughts about the significance of the meeting.
Thank you very much. Actually, I was being invited here because of the real estate practice and how we can adapt the international standard of code of ethics of real estate. I'm serving at 2025 National Association of Realtors Advisory Board in US. So, an Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria is one of their bilateral partners in Nigeria. So, Nigeria is one of the face of Africa that anyhow is looking up to when you talk to international realtor membership. So, I'm being invited so that I can come and understudy how the meeting has been going on well, how we can be able to put the structure of real estate agents in places so they can meet the global standard. If you look at it now, the real estate is overcoming what they call oil and gas when it comes to the adding more value to Nigerian GDP. The last year, December, the rate at which people are bumping into Nigeria to come and rent houses, short legs, long legs, it adds more value to Nigerian GDP. So throughout last year, we can see on the trend and the index of real estate that real estate is really playing a very vital role when it comes to how economy can grow. So for me, this meeting is very, very important and it's good for all the members to be well trained and trained to have what they call local and international exposure when it comes to real estate practice and obey the rules and regulation of the real estate code of ethics. And thank God, our Mr. Governor, Jide Sanwo-Olu, is a love-great player of real estate. He has put everything in places, both the one in diaspora and the local. They have an office at Alausa who regulates real estate agency in Lagos State, as well as an office in Alausa that the same office that regulates people in diaspora that show more interest to come and invest in real estate in Nigeria. Likewise, Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria, of Lagos, Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria is well-organized association that real estate agents have to be part of this. They have to come in and register and undergo training so that they can be more professional in their practice, and also to sanitize the bad habits of the transaction outside there. Actually, we cannot do it alone. We are working in collaboration with Lagos State government. We are having meetings with them and calling their attention, giving them reports on what's really going on in the real estate industry. And the major reason why we are trying to pull up more real estate agents to come and undergo training so that they can obey the rules and regulation of the real estate practices in Nigeria. Because different countries have their own different policy. On the same language, we all speak the same language. But when it comes to practice and the code of ethics, it's just like similar differences. So we are working closer to Lagos State government so that they can give backup to the association through the state level, and as well working closer to Lagos State House of Assembly as well to put all policies in places so that the bad eggs can be corrected. Before you can just wake up one day that you want to become a real estate agent, you must undergo training and make sure that you pass some of the exams that we conducted for you before you can have a membership. So once you're a member of AEAN, that is, you have a body that investor can trust, that if anything should happen, we know who to hold. Like there was a scenario that was flying on social media like a few weeks ago about a woman bought maybe like 6 plots of land at Aja that she says she bought it for 700 billion naira. For me, I don't think it's possible for a 6 plot of land in Aja for 700 billion naira. So if that kind of thing should even be happen, we have an association here in Nigeria, which is Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria, is part of the strongest association that well known globally, that we can trust and have an affiliation with Lagos State regulatory body that being checked and licensed under Lagos State. So if that kind of transaction should go wrong, we could be able to figure out who made the process of that transaction and how the contract be signed. So we can have fresh it out. But due to our investigation, we see that that story is somehow, it doesn't look genuine. So we advise people over there that if you want to do any transaction, make sure that you go through thorough investigation of your agent, and you go through thorough search for that kind of property that you want to buy, and you address everything according to rules and regulatory of Lagos State Real Estate Board. For me, the projection of real estate in Nigeria generally is going to be great one, because like now we're having several people coming down to Nigeria to come and invest. People in the diaspora are taking the advantage of the currency adding value to their investment. And this year, FIAPSI International Real Estate Federation is going to hold like almost 60 countries in Nigeria. We are talking about real estate. Imagine, out of them, we have several investors that are planning to come and put their money down in Nigeria. Means that we have a good security when it comes to investment in real estate in Nigeria. So the future of real estate in Nigeria is so bright that we cannot go back anymore.
Of course, I'm a member of Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria, and the association is the auspice of Nigeria Use of Estates of Value. Of course, we are agents of difference, not for anybody, but for qualified persons. So we make a positive difference. In addition to that, I'm also a member of National Association of Realtors, United States of America. Thank you. Of course, it is an open secret that is developing. The development have positive and negative side of it. Positive in the sense that though the numbers of professionals are increasing, at the same time, there are so many persons that are in this line for the sake of making money. So we have Dix and Harry. So I think to move forward, we need to make it a profession. We need to ensure that not only the growth shouldn't be in terms of numbers, but the quality. The beauty of population is the quality, not only numerical strength. As far as AEAN is concerned, of course, there are so many so-called associations in this profession, but we are of a lot of positive difference. We don't just, our members have offices, unlike others, that we say even Okada riders. Though at times there are some mates at the bar of an hotel under the tree. So we need to do something about that. On the side of AEAN, AEAN is a reformer. And by reformer, I mean positive reformer. Thank you.
I have been in the real estate practice for 30 years. And one of the things I found out is that, real estate is most times the most expensive decision anybody would ever make. Now, in relation to Nigeria, I live in Lagos State, and the head office of my practice is actually in Lagos. Lagos is, and land is synonymous to like the major GDP of Lagos State, major commercial, the major contribution to the financial stability of the state. So that tells us that real estate has to be done with decorum. And so the government is very serious about, how people practice real estate. So certainly, belonging to the right associations matter. So I am a member of National Association of Realtors in America, which has an affiliation to Association of Estate Agents in Nigeria. And that's very important. We're coming to a point where people have to be held accountable when they are advising as realtors to managers of people's real estate investment.
So yes, as a member of NAR, there are many benefits. Networking, credibility. I mean, the world has become very global in practice, so you need to, at least have information of what's going on in other parts of the world. You don't have to be everywhere to practice, but when you're in the right circle, in the right association, doing business becomes easy across the borders. A lot of Nigerians are migrating and they still want to go back home to do business. So there's a lot of control going on. So I'm a strong advocate that anybody that wants to practice real estate should be organized to be in an association that is recognized and then also controlled. I'm also a member of Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, which is, so AEN is an offshoot of NAIS. So I'm a strong advocate for professionalism, for accountability, for credibility, and also for excellence. So I'm hoping that in this new year, as many people that really say they want to practice, they should get organized. Not only getting organized, they should also go through some level of mentoring to know how to do stuff. Imagine if you're a medical doctor and you just desire to be a doctor, you didn't go to school, nobody would entrust anybody's lives into your hands. So real estate is very important. The three major needs of man are, housing is basic, you need food, and you need, shelter is just it. You can't miss it. So I am a strong advocate. Thank you very much.
I feel the significance is us being seated on the table discussing the future of real estate. A lot of times, what people talk about that there's a lot of issues in real estate. There are some people that have issues with the agents that they deal with in Nigeria. What we're discussing now is how to make it a safer place for clients to engage the right agents, the right professionals, and to feel safer doing business in Nigeria. And so this conversation is being a part of the start of the revolution or the growth of the real estate industry in Nigeria. So if we're talking about what is existing right now, what we have right now are a lot of professionals and experts who are seeking and looking for bodies like this that they can get to grow within and get to showcase their expertise. And that's what this association is about. And the future of it is us building our community, building the network for real estate agents in such a way that the agents know what they have to do. They get to be sworn in with the proper ethical process, proper trainings, and then clients also, that is the end user, both the sellers and the buyers, also and investors have agents and real estate professionals that they can count on both locally and internationally. So that is what the conversation was about. Real estate always plays a key role in the economics of the country. I don't think that's something that we can discuss. That would lead us into a full-on economic session. However, I think the fact that a lot of real estate agents are eager and enthusiastic about learning the standards both locally and internationally. The fact that a lot of bodies are also focused on helping structure the body and structure the path for real estate professionals is something that shows what is going on. It reflects what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the industry right now. We have a lot of professionals that are committed to helping with the housing deficiency crisis in Nigeria and helping create more affordable homes, more accessible homes for those who are coming into wealth and those who are growing into the space where they need housing and they need real estate. So having bodies like this help regulate the structure, help regulate the system is something that protects both the residents, tenants, developers, buyers, investors. And inevitably it's going to help with the structure and the process for agents in Nigeria contributing to the economy. So in that situation, we then have better tax processes, we then have better investment processes when we want to do a GDP trajectory on what is happening in the industry. With a system like this, with structures like that are going to be put in place, we're going to be able to monitor that and be able to guide people and say, okay, this is what Nigeria made in the last 10 years. This is what Nigeria can make in the next 5 years. So when you have data, you can easily or better forecast the future of an industry and the economy as well. And really, there are so many influences for future, being able to detect or project what can happen in an industry. We have the fact that we have a lot of migration going on. So we have our geographical system. We have climate change that is happening, with heat waves and flood in some areas. There's so many, there's so many, what they call it now. Yes, there's so many influences. There's so many things that can impact now and future. Aside from politics, and we can't even go into that. These are like these different causes and different areas that actively impact the environment. And Nigeria being a developing country, we don't have as much data to be able to say, okay, this is what will happen in the next 5 years. This is what will happen even next 2 years. But what we do have though is on ground experience of agents, real estate professionals, and we can only speculate. However, I'm hoping that in the next few years we should build on our data, and then when we have more data, we can then be able to properly advise or project and say, okay, this is what's going to happen next 5 years. There'll be a growth in Lekki, there'll be a growth in DI. That way you can monitor properly with accurate information. Who is moving where, what properties are vacant, what properties are occupied, what's being sold, what's the range that's being sold. As of right now, anybody who gives forecasts with us is speculating as opposed to having actual data and proper projections.
Indeed, this conversation is crucial to the development, growth, and advancement of the real estate industry in Nigeria in order to bring about clemency, decorum, and transparency in real estate operations in the country. For Echo Heart Blog, this is Daniel Samson Idowu.